MTN.
You used to tell me that I don't make you happy. All that time you would be complaining. But baby, how come you never call me? But now with MTN, I have a daily voice bundle. I'll call you every day, yeah yo, baby dondolo. MTN voice bundle, yeah yo, baby dondolo. MTN voice bundle, yeah yo, baby dondolo. MTN voice bundle neza bei dondoro okutera network zona tunga dakika 25 arishiringi 10 zonka nyigasta emwe not star ibiri emwe hash otoraneho daily bundle ninga kozesa my MTN app ogambe aha bei dondoro aha kuba kuturi kugamba hamwe twine kizibira MTN enkora n'obushosholeke nibikuratirwa MTN nerebera ekitongole kya Uganda Communications Commission.
Abantu nyana bakibale kagadi kakumiro na hadi hona mutabaruke habwokuba byansika ruguza egabude obone baletere mibazi yona eyabuzireira ikara nogya Kampala manya Kenya manya Dubai nogitoza hati nurekeraho genda mu batyasika ruguza yona emibaze roho okukebera omubiri gwono kamanya na kyorwaire byona byabusa iwe kwenda kukebera computer kwigule ebinywa kandi inyo bakasitoma babo abakuru inyo bakubahereza special care bakusubuza green tea abeya y'omusubuzi okuterwa mutwe kuterwa mutima ekiriro liro mubiri kuruma no kuzimba ebigere ulcers hanija sukari pressure kusanyarara omusujja ogutakira kurumwa omugongo kuruma munda amani geksaija nage kazi toine iwo karwara amaino habokwane obwo kabakuletera mbazi gwa amaino okubakweta high quality toothpaste bakusemereza obuhereza high na iwe buli kya baraza babahunya marunda town council hasanyuka bar and lodge kandi kuruga kya kabiri kya kasatu kya kana kya katano kya mukaga hamuna kya sande babakaruguza ha office zabwe enkuru ha muhanda gwa kikada waruga ha stand big bank hakona house ne kyapa kibahoja kwano kirora genda akasenti kogule mibazi niko bakwijanja bokire abokumanya bikiraho baza nabo hazira musanju munana mukaga 13 04 00 na 0 musanju 40 kenda na 5 10 23 yanshi together we share.
For how Chinese bantu baingi muno ohulira kyansimba hano nkwata hamugongo ekifuba kikuremera oburumi munyingo mu baitu hati wekwata ba for how Chinese bano ni bayijanja banokira kimo ebirwaire no biraga nenkoro yawe yekikugu baine byoma ebya meridian therapy nibikonyera okwigula ebinywa kutereza migongo alinywa bakusasa nibakumara mu busase bona bwino munyingo hati nywa bakuzimbe bigere mugende mubayikire nibakora handwereza maiso nibajanja basukali harusazi okwetaga kusara size okendeza omunyeto gwine oine kizibu kyokusanyarara hamuna inywa abateirwe stroke niba batereza ni mugaruka okurungi muno aba for how Chinese hano mukaruguza basange amuhanda gwa kizizi ogugenda vision hakyombeko kyakona house haihine ichundiro lya magiteri yaka opposite Millennium Guest House rundi baterera namba zesimu 0 musanju 8 kinana na 8 musanju na musanju asatu na 8 na 0 musanju 0 mwenda nkaga na 2 kinana na 3 anna nemu for how Chinese hamuno bujanja byo burungi.
Esaha zikire musanje zeihangwe ohulirize Kdr 10 fama akaire kanu nikakuleterwa
MTN voice bundles ezikutera network zona habei dondolo migasita 10 ibiri emu hash rundo yekonyeza my MTN app okome mu daily bundle habo kuba butukuba zaitwena titukwemerezebwa. MTN Uganda Limited nerolerwa Uganda Communications Commission.
At exactly 1 p.m., welcome you to this broadcast of Kdr News. My name is Deo Asiimwe. Now the detail. President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has signed into law a total of 19 bills. This has been confirmed by the Presidential Press Unit PPU in a brief statement today morning, saying that the bills assented to yesterday at the state launch in Nakasero cover various sectors and issues. Among the bills that have been signed into law by the President include the Uganda Wildlife Authority Amendment Act 2024, the Uganda Registration Services Bureau Amendment Act 2024, the Registration of Persons Amendment Act 2024, the Agricultural Chemicals Control Amendment Act 2024, and the Children Amendment Act 2024. Others are the National Youth Council Amendment Act 2024, the Persons with Disabilities Amendment Act 2024, and the National Women's Act Amendment Act 2024, and the National Council for Older Persons Amendment Act 2024, the National Planning Authority Amendment Act 2024, the Physical Planning Act 2024, and the Value Added Tax Amendment Act 2024, among others. However, two bills, the National Commissions for UNESCO Amendment Act 2024 and the Higher Education Students Financing Amendment Act 2024, have been returned to Parliament unsigned. Away from that, a prominent HIV activist in Bunyoro region, Robina Tibakanya, has condemned the increased abuse and cyberbullying acts targeting individuals living with HIV/AIDS in the area. Tibakanya, who has been living with the HIV/AIDS for over 12 years, has dedicated her life to advocating for the rights and well-being of people affected by the disease. She has expressed deep concern over the growing incidence of discrimination and online harassment faced by the HIV-positive community in Bunyoro. Her comments come amidst reports of abuse and cyberbullying, as well as harassment against Joy Katresige, a person living with HIV/AIDS. Katresige, who has filed a case of cyber harassment at Hoima City Central Police Station against one Mercy, a resident of Hoima City, who she says has severally used various media posts to harass her with disheartening, discriminating, and stigmatizing posts. Through her lawyer, Immaculate Bazara Owomjesha for Center for Women Justice Uganda, Katresige hopes to find justice.
The case started from a Facebook post that was made by one of the bloggers, a guy called Killian Lloyd, makes out blogs on people, let it be media, let it be media personnel, let it be ministers, let it be the honorables and also queens and also so many other people in the Bunyoro region. This started when Killian posted a girl who is in the names of Tasha. She was once a musician. I think even by now she might be still a musician, and posted one of her photos whereby she was putting on a lesu, and that covered only her breasts and also in her waist. And then my comment was, I stand in solidarity to fight against body shaming with Tasha, and also I call upon the world to stop body shaming. And you might even find when Tasha is more beautiful than your girlfriend. Since then, that is where a lady called Maseke Elden, who is I think a girlfriend to Killian.
Tibakanya says, as a HIV activist, she will not be silent and watch people stigmatize and discriminate people living with HIV, noting that cyberbullying only serves to further marginalize this vulnerable population and must be addressed urgently.
Abantu bayingi tibaketegerize kukozesa ebyoma byayite bya kalimagezi gamba ngo namuno amasimu rozere bintu bingi nibibaho rundi nibajumira bekulembezi baitu rundi nibajumira abakazi rundi nibabajumira omulingo gutahikire kugamba nibatyobora obugabe bw'abantu kiti onu tuketegerizeho itwe abantu abalina kawuka komunyerero ha ebintu ebikurabibwaho mikutu twesere social media platforms nibajuma abantu abalina kawuka komunyerero ebigambo ebikwahukana tali Joy wenka baitu hamrundi gunu kitukwasireho muno tukurora ngu tugireyo kurora ngu tukwenda tumanyise abantu bona hansi hanu baina okugabe kwabo kandi tukoragana n'ebitongole ebikwahukana na muno ebitukonyera kurora ngu byayemera hamu naitwe harulengo rwa district yona n'urulengo rwa national level na international level rangu tukwijja kwikiririza kimu abantu okuyikara nibagara hansi abantu abaina karuka ko mnywerero habo kuba obutulaba tulibo kumara haka ko mnywerero iwe na nyowe buli bujunanizibwa bwange kurora ngu rundi bujunanizibwa bwaitu kurora ngu ebintu nkebyo tibigarukire kubaho kandi no bwaraba haliyo abantu abando mbyaro okwo abanyigirizibwe mutuhikire itwe turoho kurora ngu twabakonyera kandi twalemeseza kimu ekikorwa nkekyo kugaruka kubaho nuko tusobole iwe na nyowe kurwanisa kumara haka ko mnywerero ino kuhindura emitima y'abantu okutongera kusiga abantu akauka ko mnywerero.
Away from that, the Church of Uganda has registered trademarks for 42 bishops' vestments with the Uganda Registration Services Bureau, warning the public against wearing the registered vestments. The church says in a post on X, formerly Twitter, that the vestments are now protected under the intellectual property laws of Uganda and can only be done by bishops of the Church of Uganda, adding that only unauthorized use of the vestments, warning that any unauthorized use of the vestments is an infringement of the church's trademark rights. According to the communication from the church, individuals or entities found wearing or utilizing the vestments will be prosecuted by the Church of Uganda for infringement of the trademark. The Church of Uganda says it is committed to protecting its trademarks and will pursue all necessary measures to enforce the rights. Now, the Uganda Prisons Services has asked the police to arrest former warder James Triatunga for blackmailing the institution. This comes after Triatunga claimed through various social media platforms that he was unfairly dismissed from the service. Triatunga has also alleged that the Director General of Prisons, James Mwanje, frustrated him after failing to raise a bribe to clear him to pursue his studies. However, prison's spokesperson Frank Baine clarifies that Triatunga's claims are false and unfounded. Instead, he says that Triatunga was fired from the service after he refused to report to his new workstation and was absent for 20 days in violation of the Prisons Act. Baine notes that in accordance with Section 47 of the 2006 Prisons Act, the Prisons Council dismissed him as a deserter on May 3rd, 2022. According to Baine, despite Triatunga's being advised by several authorities including KCCA Labour Office, Uganda Human Rights Commission, Parliament of Uganda and the Inspector General of Government IGG to use the right procedures while seeking reinstatement, he resorted to blackmailing the service through social media and other media platforms. Baine says that Triatunga's actions are clear reflections of indiscipline and criminal character that could not be tolerated by the service, further saying that the matter has been reported to the police to have the former warder arrested.
You are still listening to KDR News Broadcast. This is the news on the international scene.
Now, for the news on the international scene, Rwanda. President Paul Kagame, 66, who has ruled Rwanda since 2000, is leading the country's presidential election with 99% of the vote. The preliminary election results released yesterday night shows that Kagame is leading with 99.15%, equivalent to 7,099,810 votes of 79% of ballot counted. According to Rwanda's electoral body, opposition candidate Frank Habineza and Philip Mpayimana had 0.53%, that is 38,301, and 0.33% 32%, equivalent to 22,735 votes respectively. The result mirrored the outcome in 2017 when Kagame took nearly 99% of the vote. Final results are expected by 27th of this month, that is next weekend, although they could be announced sooner. Kagame sought re-election following the 2015 constitution amendment that permits him to run for 3 additional terms. This change allows him to seek a 7-year third term in 2017, but the amended constitution also introduced a reduction in presidential term limits to 5 years starting this year. Dear listener, it is 12 minutes past 1 p.m. As I wind up the newscast, a quick look on the top stories once more. Museveni signs 19 bills into law as 2 bills returns to Parliament. Increased cases of cyber bullying targeting individuals living with HIV activists in Bunyoro. Church of Uganda warns public against unauthorized use of bishop vestments, and Paul Kagame set to win Rwanda's presidential elections with over 90%. That's it. My name is Deo Asiimwe. I wish you the best of your lunch. It is a Tuesday afternoon. I wish you the best of it all. And please don't forget to follow us on our social media platforms. That is Facebook at Kdr FM 100.3 official, Karguza Development Radio on YouTube, on TikTok at Kdr FM Radio, and on X at Karguza Development Radio. Good afternoon.
From all over the world, local, regional, national, and international, Kdr FM brings you all the stories. Kdr FM News, Worlds, proudly sponsored by MTN.
You used to tell me that I don't make you happy. All that time you would be complaining. But baby, how come you never call me? But now with MTN, I have a daily voice bundle. I'll call you every day. Yeah, yo, baby, don't dolo. MTN voice bundle. Yeah, yo, baby, don't dolo. MTN voice bundle. Yeah, yo, baby, don't dolo.
MTN voice bundle neza bei dondoro okutera network zona tunga dakika 25 arshiringi 10 zonka nyigasta emwe not star ibiri emwe hash otoraneho daily bundle ninga kozesa my MTN app ogambe aha bei dondoro aha kuba kuturi kugamba hamwe twine kizibira MTN enkora n'obushosholeke nibikuratirwa MTN nereberero kitongole cha Uganda Communications Commission.
Abantu nyana bakibale Kagadi Kakumiro na hadi hona mutabaruke habwokuba Tyansika Arguza egabude obone baletera mibazi yona eyabuzireyira ikarano bya Kampala manya Kenya manya Dubai no gitoza hati nurekeraho genda mu Tyansika Arguza yona emibaze roho okukebera omubiri gwono kamanya na kyorwaire byona byabusa iwo kwenda kukebera computer kwigule ebinywa kandi inyo bakasitoma babo abakuru inyo bakubahereza special